Hey, YouTubers, it's Tony with Maybury Mini Trucks. Today is Wednesday, January 14th, 2026. And this is a video that we're doing for Ken in Michigan. And Ken is a long distance customer. And for our long distance customers, we go through a lot of careful effort to portray the truck as accurately and to reflect its actual condition in as much as that's within our ability to do. And so the way we most effectively do that is by communicating on the phone, sending pictures, answering questions, and then doing this video. Maybury Mini Trucks tries to run a very tight ship. So that way, when our customer sees the vehicle for the first time, they don't say, oh, hey, that's not what I had in mind. That is something that we're absolutely trying to avoid and do so very effectively. So that's what this is all for, is because an educated consumer is our best customer. Maybury Mini Trucks just got eaten alive by customs. We had 29 trucks coming. I told you about that in a few videos, a couple weeks ago. I got 29 trucks coming, actually 4 or 6 weeks ago. And then they arrived and bam, they dropped the hammer. And they gave us an emergency action order. And saying that all 29 have been seized at the port. And that is not our first rodeo. It's by far the biggest one that's ever happened because it's 29 trucks. But man, I'm telling you, that is just how it goes in this business. And I negotiated with customs, spoke with them on the phone several times, which is a bit of my customs broker does not like it when I do that. He will argue with me and say, don't do that. But I'll get on the phone with customs and try to state my case, and they know that I'm trying to abide by the rules. But they found an invasive species, and they put all 29 on hold, and they were on hold for quite a while. But now they're released, so it's very costly. It cost me lots of money. And that's what keeps people out of the business. A lot of people are unknowing. They don't realize the danger, and it can, and they're pretty intractable. All right. So Ken in Michigan, this is a 2000 Subaru Sambar 4x4 5-speed with an extra low first gear, and it has 13,427 original miles. This is a dump. This is a dump, guys. It has, an extra low first gear, and it's a dump. So let's check this thing out. This is going to be nice. You can see they painted the inside of the bed. And I think somebody else was interested in this, and then he couldn't buy it after all. And but this is a nice truck. All right, so here we go. We're going to go around the windshield, and I see a little peck right there. Just a little peck on the glass, like a little pebble hit it. We have one ding right there. Coming around, we have an impression right there and there. Not big, but I can see it. So we need to point that out. Yeah, so that little, I don't know what you'd call it, but you can see in relation to my finger what the size of it is. Now, it's very pretty on the front. The bumper is in excellent condition. Now we're going to come down the door pillar. And right here we have some oxidization. You can see that it was touched up. It's not rust through, but there was some oxidization there. Very small, but again, important to point out. This door, guys, is phenomenal. Absolutely beautiful. And a brand new Yokohama Geolander. That's a big deal. I brought in 800 of these, and we're running lower and lower all the time, but that's dirt. That's not rust. That is dirt right there. And the bedside panel on this, guys, is dinged, but not badly. It's a dump, so you got to expect that they're going to use it. But here we have some surface rust at the seam all the way down, pretty consistent. But on the inside, there's no rust on the inside. That's important. You can see they rollered it with some enamel or something just to protect it. And I'm not going to show you the bottom of the bed because I'm going to lift the bed up. But inside the bed, you can see there's no cancer, which is nice. Looking really good. And this is just scratched. Now, I'm going to let this down so we can take a look at the condition of the bed itself. Okay, so now you can see where they had gravel in here, and it's ever so slight. You can see the rib and a little bit. It's not bad, but I'm not sure if you can even see it, but I can. It's not easy to see, but I think it's worth pointing out. It's always better to show it and instead of hide it. And that's been my way of doing business the whole time. We've always been that way. All right, so you can see here it has paint that's been chipped off and then touched up. Like right here, it's scratched paint. That's all that is scratched paint. It's this that's been touched up. This hardware is in beautiful condition. This is called our Pawl, Pawl. Look at the condition of that plastic. That is nice, especially for a dump. Man, that's beautiful. So the hardware's in really good shape. We'll look at that a little closer when we lift it. Beautiful bedside. Again, it's a dump. It's not like showroom mint cars and coffee beautiful, but it's nice. Another nice tire. Incredible taillights. That blows me away. Look at the rear of the cab. We'll look at that when we raise it up too. Down the door post on the passenger side, looking really good. A little pick of paint that they touched up. I think that's a good sign when there's a little. Now, this is a little specks of paint. I don't think those are, yeah, that's something that was on top of the white paint. So it's like somebody was using a spray can somewhere and it just got on here. It's just here though. It's not the whole side. Another beautiful tire. Looking really good under here, guys. Very pretty. Nice door. No damage, just that little flecks of paint there. The door panel looks good. We have one pick right there. Now, nice patina on that Japanese hardware. Very pretty underneath here. And gorgeous underneath. Boy, is that nice. All right. Pretty. That's our jack right there. This is our data tag right there. Very nice. Headliner. Let's lift the bed up. I have to push in the clutch to start it. Look at the size of that piston. That thing is massive. There's our up and down button for the dump. Look at the size of that piston, guys. That thing is huge and dry as a bone. Dry. This is our emergency chalk here. So you put it like this if you ever lift it, and that will keep the bed from descending on top of you. So that is an important safety mechanism right there. But the bed, guys, underneath is absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal. That is seam rust, which is no big deal at all. Now, this is called an elevator bolt, and it articulates that pawl that I was showing you about earlier. And it lets this spreader gate open so you can spread gravel. And then, of course, you can articulate it here, undo this, and then it will hinge on the bottom. So if you want to get firewood, you just take the tailgate off. You lift those two up right there and there and just take it off and do your firewood. But if you're spreading gravel, this is the way to do it. This is a gravel spreading bed. Look at the back of that cab, guys. That is absolutely beautiful. All right, now we're going to let the bed back down, and then now notice that tailgate should close, and the pawl will be articulated down, and then it should lock. Yep, the pawl went down from that elevator bolt, and now it locks it right there. That's how that works. And now this will not open. All right, let's take this thing for a drive. So cool. All right, so now we're going to turn around. I've got the heat blasting. I'm going to turn it down in a minute. Heat is nice to have, but it's loud when it's really on full throttle like that. So now you can see the temperature is cold, cold, cold. I drove it up here, and it got a little warm, but now it's starting to warm up the rest of the way because, I'm hammering down on it. Oh. All right, so we're in fifth gear now, and we're going to get it up to speed once I go around this turn, and we're going to see what it feels like going 60 miles per hour. And this dump weighs more than your average mini truck because the bed is heavier. So this is 60 miles per hour, and it feels really good. No problem at all. That's the maximum reasonable speed for a mini truck. Guys, let me tell you a story. This has nothing to do with mini trucks. I have people all the time in the strangest places like Home Depot. They'll hear me or they'll see my hat and they'll say, "Is that Tony with Mayberry Mini Trucks?" And it happens a lot because, people like mini trucks, and we're kind of the pioneers of mini trucks. We popularized them in the United States. So that ended up being my cheesy call to fame. Oh, man. So yesterday, my wife, she had an Acura that she drives around. We were poor. Oh, man. We were so frugal our whole lives raising our kids. And then our kids move out, and now, we've saved our money. I've been very, very good at saving. And so I bought her an Acura. And then we realized, it's just not the car for her. It's a little too much. And so I brought it back to the Acura dealership. Okay, now look, we're going around this turn, and we're in fifth gear, going up a steep hill. And we are going 40 kilometers per hour. And it is maintaining 40. Let's see if we put it in fourth, what happens. I mean, the bed on a dump is heavier. And so it's accelerating up a hill in fourth gear. Now fifth gear. And it's holding. It's not accelerating, but it's maintaining. And that's a good sign, that it is surviving its It's surviving that very difficult set of circumstances, being in fifth gear and weighing a lot because it's a dump and going up a steep hill at a slow speed. That's a good sign. So I go to the Acura dealer to say, "Hey, do you want to buy this back from me?" And he's like, "Yeah, I see you have a dealer tag, and this is like an hour and 15 minutes away." And I said, "Yeah, I import vehicles from Japan." He said, "Really? What kind of vehicles?" I said, "Mini trucks." He said, "No way. What's the name of your company?" I said, "Mayberry Mini Trucks." He said, "Oh, I love your YouTube channel," which it blows my mind that people love our channel. I feel like it's zero editing, very, very simple. But it's just so cool that somebody knows about us and likes what we have to offer. And with that, I will say thank you for watching our video. I really mean it. Thank you so much for being a part of our journey in just making mini trucks excellent in America. We want mini trucks to be a phenomenal experience in the United States. Other people may import stuff that's questionable now that there are other people getting in the business, and there are people that can think, "Hey, I'm gonna get a bargain and put lipstick on it." We don't do that. We work on our trucks. We service what we sell. So like that guy just left for the clutch, $500. That feels pretty good right there. And so with that, guys, I will say thank you for watching our video. You can reach us at 336-777-9957. You can reach Justin at 336-970-3885. Our email address is sales@mayberryminitrucks.com, and our website address is mayberryminitrucks.com. Guys, thank you again for watching our video.